to my channel. It's Brianna. Today I'm going to be filming a halo eye, and it's going to be a pink halo eye. So I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and just keep on watching to see the makeup look I come up with. By the way, do you like this new background? I just picked a different side of my room to film in. Hopefully it's good. I know you can see like my shadow around me, but hopefully it doesn't distract you too much, and I'll be zooming in for the eye look and the face stuff. So let's start with primer. I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer, the mattifying primer. I'm going to use about that much. I just wanted to mention that this halo eye is going to be really quick, so I'm just going to put my base on first, and then I'll do my eyes. I have two samples of the same product from Sephora, and it's the Becca Skin Love foundation thing that just came out. The reason I got samples is because I just wanted to test it out first, and then if I like it, buy the product. So I usually just buy the foundation off the bat, but it's such a hassle to go back to return if I really didn't want, like, you know, I don't know, whatever. I have samples. I'm not sure if the shade is going to match correctly because I did shade match myself, because they're always trying to give me a lighter color. I don't know why. This one might be a little darker, but whatever. I have a dark foundation than a light foundation. This weekend I went to the Morphe store in Paramus, New Jersey, because it just opened this summer. And I'm going to use the Morphe, oh, it has no number. I think it's the M439 or something like that. And so far I like it. Oh my god. This color is kind of dark. And this is my first time ever using this sample, so I get to see how the foundation is. For the review of the brush, I really like this brush so far. It blends my foundation out perfectly and seamlessly, and I don't get any streaks in it. And the product, I like the first impressions for the application. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. So for concealer, we're going to use the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in shade Warm Sand. And I'm going to highlight all over my face because this foundation is like a little bit dark for my chest, if you can see. Concealed and I have my foundation on. I'm going to go in with my Veil Powder by Hourglass, and I like using the dry beauty blender because it packs on the powder and it doesn't get like little white dots all over my face, which happens when I use a wet beauty blender. I'm going to set the rest of my face with the powder with my Real Techniques powder brush. To wipe off the bake from my under eye, I'm going to use my Morphe R13 brush. I'm going to be just setting right between my eyebrows to make sure that I don't get oily. And I also put like powder on my eyebrows so they don't get greasy or very oily throughout the day either. My hair is a little crazy from the powder brush, but it's okay. I'm going to be using my Makeup Forever Pro Fusion Bronzer in 30M. I feel like I'm kind of far, right, guys? Can you guys see me well? I'm going to be using my Morphe E4 brush for bronzer today. I have a random question for you guys. Comment down your favorite meal. My favorite meal as of right now, what is my favorite meal? I think I would say is tacos. Chorizo tacos or steak tacos are my favorite meal right now. I'm gonna just go in with my other bronzer, which is the MAC Refined Gold Bronzer. For blush, we're gonna go in with Mellow Wine from Wet n Wild. And it has a little shimmer, but once you use it very often, the shimmer goes away. My Wet n Wild brush, it's P53, this brush. And Wet n Wild blushers are very pigmented, so keep that in mind when you use them. I totally forgot to put bronzer on my nose, so I'm gonna go back in with the Makeup Forever Profusion bronzer and just put that on my nose using my Sephora Pro Mini Flawless brush. 56.5, I think is the number. Now I'm gonna take my blush brush again and put it a little on my nose, my cheek area, so everything could be nice and blushy. For highlight, I'm going to go in with two highlights that I'm going to show you. Whoa, this isn't, I hate when the packaging doesn't open all the way, but this is a Wet n Wild one in Crown of My Canopy, and then this is the Maybelline Master Chrome in, what is this, in gold? I'm sure it's 100 Molten Gold. So Wet n Wild, Maybelline, I'm gonna mix both of them because this one's more pink and this is obviously like straight up gold. Wow, this background is actually really good because you guys can see like everything. I like it. I like this background. I'm gonna keep filming here. So I'm gonna mix both of these. The reason I chose this one is because the eye look is gonna have pink in it, so I wanted my highlight to have some pink in it, but it's a little too much. For the highlight brush, you're going to use the Anastasia A23 brush, and we're just going to mix in both the highlights I mentioned. So we're going to start with eyes. We're going to be using the Huda Beauty Core Obsessions palette. So I like to do my eyeshadow before I do my eyebrows. I know this is like super bizarre, but I'm going to take my Soho brush. I don't know the number, but this is the brush. I'm going to use this shade first, and I'm going to just pop it in my crease. I already primed my eye with my concealer, and I set it with powder. And this color is just a light wash of color to start the makeup look. It's not really going to do much. So I'm just trying to build up a little color. So I'm going into my outer V, and then I'm going into the crease. And I'm just going back and forth with windshield wiper motions and circular motions. That's good. I should have definitely filled this in, but whatever, we're honest here, right? For some reason today I'm not chatty. I don't know why. But my sister's birthday is coming up. It's on Saturday, September 8th. And I already got most of her gifts, but there's this main one I want to get that's giving me a freaking headache. And I'm like the worst person ever with gifts, and I'll be the first to say it. I really don't know how to show my care or my love through materialistic things, if that makes sense. It's super hard for me to get gifts, and it's like I know what people like, but then I always feel like I'm not getting enough, or it's not good enough, or whatever. But this is my sister, so I know she's gonna like it because I know how she is. We're gonna go in with this shade right here, and I'm gonna use my Morphe M576 brush. So when I'm editing, see, I can't talk now because I'm like kind of nervous, but when I'm editing, I realize that I do have a speech, kind of like a speech problem. I don't know if you guys noticed. I always knew that I speak like kind of weird, honestly. Because sometimes I'm talking and I'm like, whoa, that did not come out the way that my brain meant for it to come out. But throughout editing, it's kind of made me more self-conscious. But I've never been self-conscious. I guess I should say it's making me self-conscious. And it's kind of annoying because I was never self-conscious about it. And the fact that I'm getting self-conscious about it is making me like speak weird even more, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to ignore it. Like, there's so many times I messed up already in this video. I'm gonna edit it out, but I don't know, it's just really annoying. And I never was like conscious or subconscious, because it's like obviously you hear how you speak, but it's not like visually seeing you talk. And is it in focus? Like visually seeing you talk and all that jazz. Different, you know. And I'm like seeing the way that my mouth moves, the way that my tongue, like literally, like you scope out so much about yourself when you edit your videos. It's insane. Like, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I feel like this is gonna help me pronunciate my words better. That's the problem. Some of my words I don't pronunciate well, and I think it's just been like that my whole life. And now it's like I'm realizing it through editing my own videos, and I want to pronunciate words better, because it's like, it's crazy. So this color that I was pointing at before, okay, it's gonna focus on my face, but this color here, I put it in my inner corner and my outer corner, because we're starting to build up for the halo eye. I'm going to go in now with my E28 brush by Morphe. We're going to go in with this lighter pink in the palette. And if you guys notice, I started off with a bigger fluffy brush, and I'm starting to get smaller and smaller with them. And this could be like also to pack. As you're doing the halo eye, you want to leave right here blank, which is the middle part of your lid, but you want to be putting color in your crease here. And basically a halo eye, you're just building up color. And you could do a matte halo eye or a shimmer one. Today I'm doing a shimmer one. So what I'm doing is I'm packing the color on my outer corner and in my inner corner. And then I'm windshield wipering my crease with the color. Also, I wanted to mention there's no reason why I don't fill in my eyebrows before I put my eyeshadow. That's just the way that I do it. You could totally fill in your eyebrows prior if you wanted to, if it gives you like a better frame and stuff. Now we're gonna go in with a flat shader brush kind of, and we're gonna go into this pink color, the brighter pink in the palette. And I'm just gonna pat on my outer corner and in my inner corner. And if you get a little bit of shadow in the blink spot, it's fine, because we're gonna put shimmer, so if anything it'll blend better that way. We're now going to go in with this shade here, and we're going to blend out the crease with the pink shade. We're going to use my Morphe E28 brush. And it's almost going to be like, how do I explain the look that I'm going for? It's pink, but it's like a light wash of pink, but enough that you can see it and that it doesn't look patchy. We're going to take that fluffy brush again and go into the yellow in the palette, which is right here. Lightly, not too much, or we're just going to buff it on the crease to make it softer.
Now I'm going to take
my Fenty Galaxy brush. I'm going to take this flat shader part, and this is where I'm going to apply the pink. I'm going to go in with this shade here, and this shade, once it's swatched, it looks more of like a pink, but it does have some gold flecks in it, which I like. And I'm going to use my Fenty Galaxy flat shader brush. I'm going to use this side. You guys can wet your flat shader brush if you would like with Fix Plus or your setting spray, or even with water to make this shadow more opaque, like the shimmer. But I don't like that feeling, so I'm gonna just use my dry brush. And when you use a dry brush or even a wet brush, you just want to go downward with the brush to get the product. And you always want to tap off the excess, especially if your brush is not wet, because you will get fallout. And you could also use your finger for this step, which I will be doing after the initial application. I'm just using a brush first to place it to see where exactly I want to put the color, which is like right here. And you don't want to put the shimmer too high. You don't want to have the shimmer in your crease. That's the look that you're going for, but I'm going for it not in my crease, just right below it. I place the color. I'm gonna take my finger, my ring finger is the one that I usually take. I'm gonna tap off the excess, like dab off excess, and then go straight to my eye. So there, you can see the difference in the pigment. This one you can actually see from far. This one you barely can. You could also leave it like this if you want an unnatural halo eye. So that way is fine too. There's no wrong way. I'm gonna go back in with this shade here and kind of redo what we did, but not necessarily. We're gonna put a little bit over that gold so it blends a bit better. And that's it. That's it for the top lid. That's it. Now we're gonna take, where's the brush? My brush again. So you just want to have a brush with bristles like that for your lower lash line. And I'm not gonna go through all the colors again. I'm just gonna go to these two straight away, this one, and blend it and smoke it out at my bottom, for my bottom lash line. And you can take this part as low as you want. Mine may be a little too thick for your eye, depends on your eye shape. The reason that I go down so far for my eyes is because I have a big bulge, like I said before, or a big bag. So I like to kind of mask it, so when I put mascara it looks a little bit more flat. I filled in my eyebrows. To fill them in, I use the ABH Brow Wiz in dark brown. Yeah. And then to set them, I'm going to be using the Gimme Brown in 4.5. Time to put mascara. I'm using the Milk Makeup Kush mascara. Oh, I wanted to mention that I'm noticing the brush head is starting to get like loose from the handle, which is really bizarre. You know what's creepy? When you have contacts on and say you get black mascara onto the contact, you can just lift it off. The black mascara with this pink, whoo, spicy. Now we're gonna line the lips. I'm gonna use my little mirror. Oh, did you guys notice that this look is around this palette, the Huda Beauty Core Obsessions? I did that on purpose because, how I said, I think a few videos back, how me personally, I would like to see more looks with just one eyeshadow palette, because then if I think the look is super beautiful, I could just go buy that palette and recreate it like over and over and over again. I just use the shadows and see like the actual quality of it. So I'm trying to make that a point today and just use one palette instead of using 1,000 palettes. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm lining my lips with BFF from ColourPop. I'm going to be using ColourPop's liquid lipstick in November. You could also put a nude lip with this eye look as well, which normally I would do, but I feel like I've been doing too many plain lip colors, so I'm gonna go in with my Marc Jacobs Sugar Sugar. So if you guys can tell, it made it a little bit muted. You could obviously still tell that I have a pink lipstick on, but it's muted. It's very how do I explain? Very girly, like very bubbly. I feel like that's how I could best explain it. I just have a bubbly makeup look today. This is the finished makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned a few tips and tricks, or even learned just a new makeup look to do on yourself. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and just watch all my other videos, or some of them. I have vlogs, I have lifestyle, I have food videos, I have more makeup looks, so